everyone who is subscribed to the Best Friends That Argue YouTube channel. I'm Reece back again with a new series, the Newscast, which is a news and podcast series where we'll be discussing many topics, mostly in the entertainment industry. Any news, any juicy bits we get through the news headlines, we will give to you live via this podcast. Today I'm joined by the newest addition to our channel, Emily, who is also my girlfriend. Say hello, Emily.
Hi.
So she'll be joining us for future videos from now on. My other two co-hosts are otherwise tied up doing just other stuff, so you have to put up with us for now. So let's go ahead and start with a first segment, which we will do video game news. This will be news for video games, Xbox games, PC, anything to do with gaming, we will cover it. So we're going to our first story of the day, which is a bit of a sad one. For most Xbox gamers, Microsoft is mulling over the possibility of cancelling Fable. Now, to Emily, this won't mean much to you, will it? You're not really.
No.
Well, you like gaming, but you're not a massive gamer. You never played Fable? Nope, never played Fable. Fable is a great game. It's like kind of like you play Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Skyrim, but it's a British made game as well. But Microsoft are proposing to shut down the studio behind Fable. Work was already underway of Fable Legends, a game that was supposed to come out this spring, and that has now been cancelled, according to a BBC report. So, what would you think that means to fans?
Well, obviously it's gotten, but I don't know enough about it to be able to say like it's tragic or something. But to me, like to the gaming world and like people that I know that play it, it's heartbreaking for them. It's like that's one of the most loved games that I know there is.
Well, with the Xbox, especially the Xbox gamers, I think behind Halo. Behind Halo, it's one of the pinnacle ones that would swing gamers, and it's been going for a long time. I mean, Fable was out for the first Xbox, so and it was bringing it out for the PC. There's all sorts of exciting possibilities, but now they seem to be pulling the plug on it. I'm trying to see if there's an actual reason, but it doesn't seem. It just seems to be maybe it's a budget decision.
It might just be a budget decision because there's so much that's supposed to be coming out that Microsoft's going to be doing.
Yeah, so. I mean they've got their virtual reality coming out soon. PlayStation got their. Well, it doesn't nothing to do with PlayStation, but yeah, apparently it just looks like it's a budgeting thing. It's a shame. I mean, but I wasn't even aware that this Fable game was coming out. I honestly wasn't. I would never knew. It was maybe that's just my ignorance, but obviously you wouldn't have known. But yeah, it's a shame that we'll never get to play another Fable game. But never say never. Maybe they'll pick it up in a few years or so. So
that's a possibility. It could be.
It's a sad day for Xbox gamers. Anyway, comment down below if you feel that this is a justified decision by Microsoft, or if you're pissed off like I am. Anyway, let's move on to other news. Our next bit of video game news is the Sony virtual reality headset. Morpheus is coming soon, and apparently there's going to be they're teasing a lot of things to talk about next week at the Game Developers Conference. So this could be release date, it could be price. I mean, have you had a chance to look at this, Emily? A picture of this?
Yeah, I've seen a picture of it, but I don't know much about it. I obviously know what virtual reality is, but yeah. I don't know much about the actual product itself.
Well, I mean, in the virtual reality world, apart from the Oculus Rift, this thing has got a lot of hype going for it. But I've got to think the price is going to be...
It's going to be sky high, like big time. It's going to be huge. It's going to be so expensive that I don't know whether people are actually going to be able to afford it, that they might have to eventually drop the price on it because it's too expensive for people. That's just my thoughts on it, and that's what I think is going to happen. That it's going to be... They're going to ask for far too much, and like not everybody can afford that type of money.
No, I know. But if you had to guess, what do you think they would charge? Sony would charge in the British market. How much do you reckon?
Well, it's Sony, so probably about 450.
Oh, I'd say more. I'm going for 6. I think it'll be about 6. I might be wrong, but then again, they've got the Oculus Rift is coming out this year. And the HTC is coming out, so they've got to compete. So maybe PlayStation will be the way forward. What do you think this big announcement is going to be, or the tease for their teasing? Do you reckon it'll be release date?
I think it might be like the release date, could be the price, could be both.
Could be. I think it'll be release date. I don't think they'll do the price just yet because the Oculus Rift has released their price early. And they've had a lot of backlash because of the price. So I'm gonna go with release date, but I'm an Xbox gamer. I have no interest in PlayStation's virtual reality. But for the Sony people out there, if you're excited, let us know. I'm personally not excited because I have an Xbox One. Don't say that. You'll get burned alive on the internet for that. Don't say anything like that. So let's move on to the next story, shall we? Next story we got. Apparently there's a survey's been done and a medical thing. Apparently children are better off playing video games than they are not. Parents' fears of, the mental effects and so on, for years, apparently it's not all true. Apparently playing on-screen games appears to have positive effects on children's mental health, their social skills, and it helps towards their psychological well-being. Your thoughts?
I agree with it in some sense, but not the full thing. It depends what types of games they're talking about, because there's certain games like Minecraft and things like that will help younger children understand things, but it's like games like Call of Duty and things like that, children are getting a hold of these things, so they try to say it's games like that are getting stimulating their brains.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, but some parents are obviously concerned with, the risk of obesity from sitting for long periods of time.
Yeah, but that's understandable as well, because most people, not even just children, but grown adults lock themselves away for, as soon as a new game comes out, they'll sit in a room for a week to complete it, and they don't do anything else. And I think it's just the effects, because if it was my child, I would limit them to their hours on it, because some of it can be good, strategy games and things like that, they can be really good to stimulate their brains and get them to think.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's first person shooter games, things like that, that's not going to help them at all. I don't think that is true.
But also the study suggests that it could actually help children with autism with their social abilities. It seems as though they struggle with... Autistic children tend to struggle with social environments, but apparently video games can help that. Do you believe that study?
Yeah, I do, but as I said, it depends. Are the parents just giving them any game, or are there some parents that are looking at the facts and the statistics on the best types of games to give them? Because there is games out there that probably they would help them. Because I know for myself, my brother with ADHD, there's certain games he can't play, like Call of Duty, because he'll get far too worked up about it, and it's not good for them in that sense. And my brother's old enough to play these games and understand them, but it's just, you need to be able to understand them mentally, ask them how they're feeling about what types of games they think are going to help them, whether it's you ask them themselves or they see a game in the shop. Lego games will help younger children with
I agree, yeah.
autism and things like that, because it's they're having to think about it. I'm not entirely sure completely what autism is. I know roughly, but I don't think it's been explored enough for everybody to know about it.
So do you think games like Minecraft and Lego help to bring children out in themselves, give them more of a sense of... I mean, obviously you don't go giving your 5-year-old child a game of, I don't know, Call of Duty or something like Doom or Gears of War. Yeah, but that's disgusting. There's even a bad thing. I mean, obviously parents know the limits, but there you go, kids. When your mum says to you that video games are bad for you, she's lying. So there you know. So we'll move on to the next topic, and this one is a bit of a soft spot for me. Star Wars Battlefront, Emily. Star Wars fucking Battlefront. So, it has been revealed this week that on the 5th of April, the Outer Rim DLC, this is the first paid DLC, is going to be released. And this, we get 2 new heroes, which are Ninub and Greedo. Now, you're a casual Star Wars fan, you're just new to the Star Wars franchise. Do you know who any of these 2 are?
I know who is.
Greedo and Ninub.
No.
No. This is the problem EA are going to face. Die-hard Star Wars fans know who they are. We don't care. I mean, I don't want Greedo as lazy for them. That's just because Greedo's species and Neednum species are already on the game. They're just basically repackaging the same texture they've made. It's laziness. But casual fans like yourself, like, you know, that might just pick it up because, oh, Star Wars is cool, I like shooting games. They're not going to know who the fuck Greedo is or Neednum is. They want Vader or they want Yoda. You know what I mean? And apparently this DLC is going to cost $15 US, which is some sort of money in pounds. I don't know.
That's about £12.50 or something like that. £12.75.
Well, there you go. That's what that is. Also get some new weapons in the way of the Hut contracts, which I think is free. I don't know if it's free, but we get new weapons through that. More part of the paid DLC is Jabba the Hutt's palace on Tatooine as a new map. It's 4 new maps. What else? Fight among the factories of Sullust. And that's all I give it. The other 2 maps have not been revealed, as I can see. And there's new weapons and 2 new playable heroes, Neednum and the Bounty Hunter Greedo.
So, and I know we're on the topic of the new stuff coming out in the game.
Yep.
But have you got any gripes with the game as it is, in the way that it is just now? Do you think there's anything that they can change instead of bringing this stuff in when they could have put it in at the start?
Yeah, I mean, I think they could just take the game back and completely redo it and re-release it. All this stuff should have been on the game before. This is classic EA money grabbing, in my opinion. Releasing the game half finished and then charging everybody, you know, $100 or £80 for us for the rest of the game. It's fucking ridiculous. And then they're all this stuff about, you know, they have the free updates. So we're giving this free map for users. We're giving this free thing. They were never planned. I don't care what anyone says. They were never planned. They were simply given out because of the uproar it caused. I mean, there's no single player campaign, which the first 2 original Battlefront games done so well. There's a lack of split screen. I mean, you got there's no story. There's no the split screen survival is piss. It's easy. I mean, you can complete the whole thing in 4 hours, maybe less. The online's okay, but it's boring. You get bored of it. I mean, the only game I enjoy playing online is Walker Assault, and sometimes the heroes and villains. But
and the servers are terrible.
The servers are terrible. They're always every game's terrible. It's basically just Call of Duty cross Battlefield with a Star Wars skin.
Definitely.
So I will not be buying this DLC at all. It was a struggle for me to buy the game. I love Star Wars, which is why I bought it. But no, I won't be buying the DLC. Comment if you're getting the DLC, if you're going to pay EA the money to a game that you should have had altogether. Another thing that surprised me, while on the subject, is why there's no Force Awakens DLC.
That's what I want to know.
That's why I thought they were going to charge. Because, okay, you're going to charge the money, give us something that's worth it. And they could have waited until after the film came out, the hype's died down, and then bang, add, you know, Ren, Rey, Finn, so on, so Captain Pointless, Poe Dameron. put them in there. Oh, Captain Phasma fans are going to kill me. I'm going to get roasted. You know what I mean? That's what I thought was going to happen, but obviously that's not happening now.
No.
They're waiting for another Battlefront game, so this game has just had so much promise, it's just utter piss.
I think, to be quite honest, and I think there was so much potential for this game, but it's really, really, really badly done. It's just like Call of Duty repackaged.
Yeah.
Put in a Star Wars skin.
It basically is. It's sad as well, because I mean I fall for it. It's Star Wars. I bought it because of that fact. Because it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. The graphics, if you judge it on graphics, game's beautiful. They are stunning, and it is fun. It's a fun game to play, but it gets boring after half an hour of shooting.
But what about the people that have got their friends round and they want to play with their friend and they're like, oh, Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's it.
Well, my advice to them people is get your PlayStation 2 out of your loft and play Battlefront 2 or 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's move on to our next segment now.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on to our next segment called Film and Cinema, which is basically what films are coming out, trailers, etc., etc., anything to do with the world of cinema and film. First of all, let's touch on the Ghostbusters. Emily, you have never seen Ghostbusters, correct?
Nope, I've never seen it.
Not even number 2?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no hope for the youth. So, the Ghostbusters trailer came out. We watched it, didn't we?
It looks amazing.
I hate it. I absolutely fucking despise it.
Explain
It's not Ghostbusters. It isn't. We were misled, completely misled. The trailer was misleading at the start. Don't get me wrong, okay? One thing got me. The end of the trailer when she was slapping. I can't remember the actress's name. Slapping her when she was possessed. That made me giggle. It is not. It's just not. It's not Ghostbusters. It's not funny. I don't get the joke. I don't get the humour. It's not funny.
I do.
I mean, but you're unbiased. You've never seen 1 or 2.
No.
I mean, I'm still going to see it because it's Ghostbusters, obviously. But I don't like the trailer. It didn't sell me in the film at all. Maybe maybe it is a case of a bad trailer, good movie. But
Please state what my opinion is about it and why I think people don't like it so much.
Please do. That's why I brought you on.
Well, personally, and I don't think I will be the only person that says this, I think it's all sexism. I think that's what most people are putting it down to. It's women that's in it, and they don't like that idea. So, because I know it was mainly men that were in the films, right? Fair enough. But is that to say that women aren't allowed to do the same job as men? Are they not allowed to try and do something and make it a wee bit funnier and make it a wee bit different?
Well,
Basically, by doing this, it's showing, and this is going back to all the sexism stereotypes and things like that, but it's all going back to the fact that women should be allowed to do the same thing without people complaining about it, because there's a lot of things that I've seen, and it's mostly been men that said it.
Right.
There's maybe been a couple of occasions where I've seen a woman complaining about it, but for somebody that's not seen the other films, the other Ghostbusters films, I think this is a breath fresh air, and it's coming into the 21st century and sitting down and going, right, this is the humour now, this is what people are going to get nowadays. There's no point bringing something out with the same humour that there was whenever the first films come out.
So are you saying that this film is not for fans of the franchise, this is for the audience? Is that what you're saying?
I would say that, because the older films are maybe too old for the newer generation. That's why they've not seen them, that's why they've not heard of them. It's different humour. It's all different humour nowadays. It's just the actresses that are in it. I think there's 2 that I know, and they're both incredible actresses. And I don't see what the problem is, because they're both comedic actresses. And I think it's one of these things where people are looking at it from the perspective of, well, it was men that were in the first film, it should have been men that's in this film, or it shouldn't have been made at all. See, if you're going to complain about it, don't go and see it. Don't make reviews on it if you know that you're not going to like it just because it's women. It's a simple fact. I don't want people sitting there thinking that I'm just complaining, I'm being totally just sticking up for women's rights and stuff like that, but I personally think that that's what it comes down to, and it's just sexism because it's women. But I personally thought the trailer was hilarious. I've seen a few YouTubers think it's hilarious as well, so I know I'm not the only one. There's a few people I know have seen it and they thought it was really, really funny. So I don't see what the problem is, but for fans like yourself that have seen other films, you might have a different opinion.
Yeah, I do. But my opinion is not based on sexism, and I agree with you to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But to a certain extent, I don't. I think some of the criticism is because it's women or women shouldn't be in Ghostbusters. But I think most of the criticism comes from fans like me, where it doesn't, like same with Star Wars. Okay, the prequels, we hate them because they don't feel like Star Wars. Okay, with the originals, yeah, well, that doesn't even, don't even get me started on that. I will be here all night. But then with the Force Awakens and stuff, it felt like Star Wars again. This is the same thing. This doesn't feel like Ghostbusters. It's a reboot. It's not a sequel. But I agree with what you're saying. Some people, okay, it's just women. No, we don't want to see a film with women lead. But women get leads in films all the time. Sigourney Weaver, she was in Ghostbusters too. Yeah, and then she went on to be the lead actress in the Alien films. Near enough, I think, yeah, she was in every single one except them.
I don't think the problem is that it's just because it's 4 women. It's not 1 woman. It's 4, and
right.
I think that's what the problem is for people.
Maybe for some people, but
yeah, for some people, not everybody. Don't hate me. I'm not saying everybody. Some people might.
Oh no, you'll suffer now. The internet will make you suffer for your comments.
Yeah, I think people will be excited. Like some people might be a wee bit anxious, like seeing the older films and be like yourself. I know that you're really really optimistic. You're still going to see it.
I'll still see it because it's Ghostbusters. But
there's film trailers that have come out before, like Jurassic World. Here's one, right? The trailer looked amazing.
It did.
We went to see the film.
Film was poor.
The film was really really poor. The trailer made it up to be.
Yeah.
What it was.
The trailer revealed the movie. The trailer revealed the film. Everything I went to see thinking, oh, this is going to be cool, I see it in the trailer. I didn't really need to see the film. I was just, the fanboy going, oh, Jurassic Park is so cool, I love Jurassic Park, Jurassic World is going to be the best film of all time. And I came out thinking, okay, that was good. Then I watched it on DVD and was like, okay, no, that was shocking. That's for another day. So we'll move on to our next story. Speaking of good trailers, this week the Civil War trailer, well, it won't be this week, it's nearly the end of the week. So yeah, this week, the final Civil War trailer for the May film came out, and everyone's talking about it. We saw Spider-Man. Now for me, that's a big thing, because I've read the comic book, I love Marvel, I love all the comics. For you, you're a casual fan, so now that you know that Spider-Man is in this, are you more interested to see it? Because you like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, right? You know, the trilogy that we watched? You like them films. So would you be more interested in now seeing Captain America Civil War, learning more about the Avengers and other Marvel stories because Spider-Man's in this one?
Well, I'm more a Batman girl, so...
Oh, DC, or...
Yeah.
No, I love both.
I'm excited to see it, but Batman always seems to have been my calling. I've always been more interested in Batman.
So you're more excited for the Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Is that what you're excited for?
The types of films I'm like really, really excited for. I'm starting to get agitated. I'm like, hurry up and come out, I want to see it.
Well, Batman vs Superman is 10 days away?
Yeah, 10 days away.
10 days from release. And we're going to go and see it, and it's going to be great. Or I hope it's going to be great. I'm praying to God it's going to be great and not do a Man of Steel.
It will be.
Well, I hope so. Suicide Squad, that's going to be good as well. I know you're looking forward to that. You've got a soft spot for the Joker, even though that crackhead Jared Leto's playing him. Not literally a crackhead. I'm not saying he's a drug user.
Oh,
just
let's not get into
let's not get into that.
Let's not get into Suicide Squad right now.
No.
Because I've got a few gripes with that.
Yeah, we'll save that for... Okay, calm down, crazy lady. You'll be the crazy cat lady on YouTube. That would be your nickname. So let's go. So Civil War. I've read the comic. I love it. I've been waiting for. This is one of the most highly anticipated ones, especially after when it's. I mean, you don't know much about comic books and Marvel, do you? So I won't go into too much comic book jargon. But are you interested to see it now? Now that Spider-Man's in it.
I'm interested to see it, but for me, it's not like the same way it is for you. I'm not like peeing my pants to go and see it. I'm just like casually gonna go and see it, see what it's like. If I like it, I like it. I'll pick up the comic book after I've seen the film to see what it's about, because I don't see the point. Because sometimes me reading things is like I don't see the film.
Right.
like I see just the comic book. But whereas if I see the film, then I'm able to understand the comic book more. But that's just the way my brain works, and I'm able to understand the film more before I read the book.
I see. So, but did you like the trailer? Did the trailer interest you? Is Disney's marketing working?
Disney's marketing is working, and I think they're doing incredibly well, especially the fact that they have been taking on so much so far, like Star Wars, for example.
Oh, Star Wars.
But I think they're managing to get stuff out, and they're producing really, 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 really good trailers.
They are. I mean, especially the best reason to go and watch Civil War. Everyone knows what it is. Rogue One. Rogue One trailer is going to be in the cinema before Civil War. That's when they're going to drop it. I hope, pray to God. That would be a bonus. So, would you go and see it just because of that? If it had Star Wars Rogue One trailer before the film started, would you go and see Civil War purely for that reason?
I would go and see it regardless because it does look like a really, really good film.
It does. I mean, it's definitely one of the most anticipated. Well, apart from Infinity War, but so if you watch this film and you like it, because I'm sure if you like Batman and stuff, you'll like Civil War. If you watch Civil War, you like it, but you then go back and watch the other Avenger films and Iron Man. Iron Man's great. You should watch that one. I would recommend. Except number 3. Don't watch 3. 3 sucks.
Yeah, I would. But I'm always a firm believer in you've got to give everything a chance.
Yeah.
So I might watch them before I go and see it. But I'm fairly new to all this type of stuff.
Yes, you are. But you're catching up. I'm teaching you. You're learning.
But I think it all comes down to like personal interests and things like that. Like what types of things interest you. Like whereas you're more interested in like the actual superhero. I'm looking at all the villains in the films and thinking, how did they manage to get into that role?
So you prefer the villains?
I do prefer the villains. My favourite villain of all time.
The Joker. Yeah, I know. I know it is.
Soft spot for the Joker.
That's disturbing, but cool at the same time.
It is really, really disturbing.
Do you think it's surprising that more people seem to be excited about Spider-Man than the actual Captain America himself, the film? People were more concerned about, Spider-Man's in 5 seconds of the fucking trailer. It's like, what about?
To be honest, I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised because there was so much hype. There was like, would he be in it? I mean, I was there. I lost my shit when I see Spider-Man. As soon as I see the web come down and grab the shield, I was like, fucking Spider-Man! Even though I've read the fucking comic and I know he's in the film, I knew he was going to be in the film.
I think it's all to do with Spider-Man loved by so many.
Spider-Man's cool.
And it's just probably a good idea to put him into the trailer instead of because they could have been much, much worse, and they could have held him back and not put Spider-Man in the trailer at all, and they would have known that their ratings would have hardly anybody would go and see it. Not hardly anybody.
No, and loads of people will still go and see it. It wouldn't hurt it, but this is just good. I mean, this will get the casual film goers like yourself into the theatre. Yeah, this will be. They'll be like, because most people will be like, "Oh, Civil War, what's that? Oh, it's another Captain America film. Okay, we'll take little Mikey or whatever their kid's called. So yeah, but then they see Spider-Man, I think, oh, Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. I might go and watch Spider-Man's in this. I'll go and watch this film. I mean, Disney are going to make a mint out of this. Especially if they put Rogue One at the beginning. I'm insisting on that. I want a fucking Rogue One trailer. Like now, Disney, please. Now. I want it now. On to our next bit of film news. Is one that's very close to my heart and definitely Emily's. The Freddie Mercury film, which has been struggling to get off its feet for years. I mean, I started hearing about this film back in 2012 and I was like, oh my god, it's going to fucking happen. It was like, it's going to be released in 2013. I'm like, yay, 2013. 2013 comes around, and then Sacha Baron Cohen, the guy. I mean, at first I thought, what? Borat's going to be Freddie Mercury, but then you see them; they look so alike. Have you seen a picture of them side by side?
Yeah, it's the subtle similarities. They're really, really close.
They look so, and he was so up for it. And then it was like, yeah, it's going to be slated for a summer 2014 release. Summer 2014 come around, nothing. Oh, okay, maybe 2015. 2015, Sacha Baron Cohen left the project. I thought, oh, this is never going to happen. But this week, he's revealed why he left. It was creative differences with the actual band, the Queen themselves,
Yeah.
The comedian claims the band wanted Mercury's history to be presented in a PG way. Now, me and you are. Some people are not big fans, but they know of him. We're big fans. No, no way. This guy was hard fucking core in every single way. And another thing he also mentions, we'll get back into his lifestyle in a bit, is that they wanted it to be more about what life was like for the band after he died. They wanted him. They wanted him to die in the middle of the movie, and then have how the rest of the band moved on after. I mean, I love Queen. Okay, that is disrespectful as fuck.
Really
I find that really. I mean, for them to come out and say, "Oh, we're going to make a Freddie film, but it's going to be about us," as the band as a whole, and I kind of get it, but then I think, like, where the fuck leave your ego at the fucking door.
I felt physically sick after hearing that, and it upset me to the point that I was starting to get a wee bit agitated about it, and I was like, why would you do that? But we can't really say for sure that that's really what's
No,
happening.
this is what he's saying. No one else has said anything, but
he doesn't have a reason to lie.
no, I don't think there's a reason to lie. But I don't get why they would want Freddie's death to be shown. I mean, fair enough at the end of the film, because everyone. I mean, sadly, he did die of AIDS, very young, but to be shown in the middle of the film and then just have the focus on how they all survived after he died, I think it's disgusting. It's really, really. I mean, I wouldn't think that of the ground, so I don't want to say it for definite in case it's not, because I love Queen. They're my favourite band of all time. But this struck a really raw nerve with me. Because of their demands, they've lost the perfect guy to play Freddy, because the guy Cohen looks like him, and he's a good actor. This was a chance for him to branch out from his comedic roles. So this is sad. I personally don't think this movie's ever gonna get made.
No, I don't.
And to be honest, with the way that they're wanting to make it, I hope it doesn't get made. I'd rather read a book or a biography about Freddie's life than see a PG watered down version where he dies halfway through and the focus is on the surviving members of Queen. I think that's
disrespectful, harsh, and
I don't like
disgusting.
it. Yeah. But anyway, let's just move on, because I don't want to get in trouble for this. Last topic of film and cinema news, we got Star Wars movies. We love them. I adore them. They are my life. I love Star Wars. And there's going to be a lot more. I mean, obviously we know that. Disney have come out and said that you would never ever live to see the last Star Wars film. This is a really bold statement, I think. Apparently they've got at least 10 in the pipeline that they're working. Well, not working on now, but they've got 10 thought of. I mean, we've got Rogue One coming out this year, which I can't wait for. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. We've got Episode 8 next year, and then we've got the Han Solo standalone film, which meh. Then we've got Episode 9, and I'm curious to see what the one after that is. Hopefully it's not a fucking Boba Fett movie. Please don't be a Boba Fett movie. And don't be a prequel to Episode 7 either, please. But what do you think? Do you think Disney have got a long-term plan, or are they doing it year by year?
To be quite honest, with Disney, it's hard to tell. It could be a mix of the two. But Disney are very intelligent when it comes to their films, and they know what they're doing, so we can't really say what's going to be happening. But I hope if they do start making, if they have got more in the pipeline, that they keep it going and keep the franchise alive and not kill it off.
They'll never kill it off. Star Wars will never die. I mean, the prequels nearly buried it. They almost, and they brought it back magnificently with Episode 7. I think they've got a long term plan. The only thing I find confusing about Disney at the moment is the canon. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with the spin-off films, but I don't like the idea of spin-off films as well. I want them to make new stories, something new. I mean, obviously we got 8 and 9 coming, and we're going to get 10, 11, 12. It's obvious. They haven't confirmed that. I'm not confirming that. I have nothing to do with Disney. I wish I did, because I wouldn't be in the situation I am in now. We're going to get 10, 11, 12. That's obvious. It's just the films in between. I mean, we're going to get one movie a year, maybe two, even two. Maybe there might be two Star Wars. Could you put up with 2 Star Wars movies a year?
I could, but I doubt it will be 2 Star Wars movies a year. I think it will just be 1 a year.
Do you think so? Why? How so?
I just don't see Disney, because they do that many different types of films, that I don't think that they've got enough time to do 2 Star Wars films a year.
Well, I suppose so. I mean, they got Marvel, I suppose. But I think one a year, I think, is enough. That's good enough for me. As long as I don't keep changing the dates, because I was really annoyed when they changed episode 8 to December.
Oh, I know.
It's just so long, but I think we should all just be glad that we have Star Wars back, and that be the end of the complaints. We've got it back. Actually, while I'm still on the subject of Star Wars, Rian Johnson's directing this one. You're not familiar with his work.
No, I'm not.
But I'm familiar. I'm looking forward to it. I assure you, I think he'll do a great job. But episode 9, Colin Trevorrow is directing that. He directed Jurassic World. Does that worry you?
That does worry me.
Really?
Jurassic World.
I mean, he's not writing the film. Rian Johnson is writing 8 and 9, but he's directing it. But does that concern you?
Well, just going off of what happened with Jurassic World and how it wasn't as big, I hope that he does pull it. I hope he does pull the cat out of the bag. Excuse the pun. But I hope he does, and I hope he delivers what Star Wars is about, and not, well, even though he's not writing it, it's all about direction at the end of the day.
What?
If you don't have the best director, your film can flop, because it's all the different ways that they tell you to do stuff.
At the end of the day, what you got to think about is that no matter what you think of Jurassic World, the money it made. So he done the job. He brought Jurassic Park back. He made a shit ton of money for Universal.
But there's a difference here. Star Wars has a bigger fan base.
But Star Wars sells itself. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to sell it to the fans. The fans will go and see it regardless of who directs it.
Yeah.
But I can assure everyone that Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger will not let Trevorrow fuck it up. They will not allow it. So I've got no concerns. I think he'll do an okay job. But only time will tell.
That's true.
And that is the end of our first ever newscast. I'd like to thank Emily for joining me today, and thank you for joining our channel. We'll try and be nice to you. It's crap pay, and we're not very nice, but you know, you have to put up with it. You do it for love, you don't do it for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alfie and Nathaniel will be back real soon. We are back. We will not be going anywhere again once I can get their asses into gear and get them into work. So the newscast will be back tomorrow with brand new movie news, game news, music news, whatever we can get. We will bring it to you. So thank you for listening. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you next one. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.